Melissa's not in the picture, everybody.
That's alright.
Let's see, are we live? Let's see if we're live. We are, we're live. Hey, everybody. Is that going to put you in the picture? No, that's going to make it worse.
I think you're not. You're hogging space.
I'm over. I'm all the way over.
You're hogging
What's up, everybody? Let's see who's out there. Nobody's out there yet. Well, hello, everyone. If you're watching on the replay, welcome in. I'm Walt.
I'm Melissa. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Welcome in, buddy. Hope
Happy
you're doing
Thursday.
well. Happy, what's today? Thursday. Well, all those that are watching on the replay, welcome in. This is Mouse Talk. We are doing our Disney Talk Thursdays, and we're going to have a real fun stream today. For those that might be watching on the replay, be sure to go out and subscribe to our channel, the Mouse Talk, if you haven't already. Hit that like button as well, if you could. It definitely helps the stream. And today we're going to do our Disney Heroes Bracket Challenge. Brian, this is going to be a good one tonight.
Hey, John.
Hey, John. Welcome in. Hope everybody's doing well.
Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
I'm always thirsty.
And we are going to do our Disney Bracket Challenge. 64 Disney Heroes. Hey, Chris, what's going on? 64 of the best heroes. Well, I don't know. I found 64 heroes, and we're going to vote on them. We're going to vote to see which one gets voted down to the best hero in Disney history, I guess. Disney Animated and Pixar are in this group. Trying to keep away from live action. I'm also keeping away from like sidekicks. There's a couple in here that might. Well, Gaston doesn't really count as a hero.
Sidekick.
So we're staying away from sidekicks as well. So there might be a couple in here and there, but for the most part, most of the sidekicks have been left out. So yeah, we're doing well, John. I hope you are too, and thank you for the comment. I hope you guys, if you haven't already, we went out, we did our first podcast, we posted it on YouTube, so hopefully everybody went out there and listened to it. We had a good time with it, we really did.
First one in a long time.
Yep,
anyway.
yeah.
Really long time.
Yeah, it's been really, really a good time. We for those that don't know, if you're watching on the podcast, now I got it on the ring. Watching on there, hey Rhiannon, welcome in! But we finally got monetized. Melissa and I, we're really happy about that. So monetization has come our way, and that's really been great. And we're hoping for a really big year. We're hoping to really do a lot of good stuff, I hope.
They're all saying, Chris and Brian say Gaston is a hero.
Well, he is in some eyes, but he's not on this bracket. Besides, we already did a bracket with the bad guys, with the villains, and he was in that one.
Oh, thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
I enjoyed doing it after all that time. We had fun with it.
We did. I had a good time with it. I know Melissa did, and it was fun. I had a great time with it. So let's get the bracket started. Again, we're going to vote down. Oh, hey, thanks for being here, Rhiannon.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing well. How's the baby? Hope everybody's doing well. Hey, Dan, welcome in.
New hair, new beard. He trimmed it up a little.
Yeah, just a little bit. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was nice to finally get monetized. I was telling it the other day on my Mouse Madness live stream that I came home and kind of looked in there for a minute, and all of a sudden it didn't say reviewed anymore. It was in the green. So I went out to my email and I saw it was in there. So I was like, yay, Melissa! And I called her.
That's cool.
I'm glad you made it, Dan. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here, buddy. We'll try not to be too long tonight. And what we'll do, just like we do with all these brackets, there'll be two-parters today. We'll do the first part today. We'll do the first round. That's about how far we'll get, because the first round's always the longest. And then from there, next week we'll finish up. But hey, Noah, welcome in, buddy.
Hey, Noah.
Hope you're doing well. Washington County News Station, Utah, welcome in. Steve, welcome in, buddy.
Steve.
So we're going to have a really good time tonight. Really good time.
I'm thinking cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Steve! Steve!
Wrong. That's not Disney, but it's a good one.
Nope.
Steve.
All right, so here we go. We're going to get started because this first round's going to take a while. So everybody, we want you to vote. Here's how Melissa and I are going to do it. Obviously, you know, we're gonna put our own 2 cents in. But we're gonna let you guys vote too, and you might be the tiebreaker because Melissa might want one person to win, and I might want somebody else, and that's where you guys come in. So let's go. It's gonna be a good time. So our first matchup, and I think as I did this bracket, let me say this real fast. All these matchups are really hard. There really are no easy ones in my opinion. They were all really tough to do tonight. And so let's get started. So the first matchup, right off the bat, food always wins.
I was just going to say, Boma! You beat me to it, Chris. I had it all ready to go.
You're funny. I'm sorry. I'll never let it down.
You.
I do like Boma. Anyway, so the first matchup is Buzz Lightyear versus Flynn Rider.
Oh my gosh, already.
I told you, it's going to be hard. These matchups are not going to be easy.
You know what I just realized?
What?
I've never actually been a part of a bracket.
I know. I know.
Did you say that already?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I said it on Tuesday, and that's why we were doing it.
Right.
This is Melissa's first time.
Weird. Usually I'm just typing in, like, listening downstairs, but it's weird being here.
So, Buzz or Flynn Rider? It is a tough one. Dan says Buzz. Steve says Flynn. Rhiannon says Buzz. Dan says Buzz again.
Buzz Lightyear.
Lightyear. Mr. Lightyear. Brian says Buzz.
Are we voting individually?
Well, yeah, of course. No, I mean, you know, you got to vote. My daughter says Flynn.
Yeah, I don't blame her. I love Flynn.
Well, you know, and that's the thing. These are all going to be really, really hard. There are very few that I thought were easy as I was putting these brackets together. Because what I did, guys, I wrote all the names down, and then I just put them in a hat. That's all I did.
Or a bowl.
Or in a bowl. I put them in a bowl and picked them out. Same thing. Same result. You can wear that.
Be literally. Which way?
You can wear it. No, the other way.
But it has paper in it.
Well, now it does. Never mind. Anyway, see, this is why you don't do the brackets with me.
I'm kicked out already.
She's gone already.
First and last bracket.
No, I'm just kidding. So Noah says Buzz 2.
You haven't
Brian, you haven't seen Tangled?
It's really good.
Brian, see Tangled.
I loved it.
You'll like it. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So Dan wants Flynn. Yeah, that's what I think he does, Steve. No, he's kidding. He said Buzz 6 times, Melissa. Right over her head. Good Lord.
Like, first and last bracket.
I'm telling you. Anyway, so who do you pick, Melissa?
I'm going to go with Buzz, only because we have a really strong connection. Our youngest son, Mason, adored Buzz when he was little. He was enthralled when he met him, his first trip to Disney.
Oh my gosh,
we have pictures of him at the beach where he'd have his hand out doing the Buzz Lightyear when he was like 2 years old. So because of that connection, as much as I love Flynn Rider, Buzz was first, and Buzz has a personal meaning to me. So Buzz it is.
So, there you go. So the winner is Flynn Rider. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's Buzz. I agree with Melissa. I got to go with Buzz on this one. He's just too iconic. Although Flynn is really good.
Oh, yeah, the LGMs.
Yeah, Little Green.
They're sidekicks, though. Right?
Yeah, they're probably sidekicks, Brian.
Sidekick. Do you guys ever see, what's that movie? It's a Disney one.
Moving on. Oh, Sky High.
Sky High.
Sky High. But that's not animated.
Hero. Sidekick.
All right, so the next matchup is Flick versus Tramp from Lady and the Tramp. Flick versus the Tramp from Lady and the Tramp.
I do not like these choices.
Chris says Maximus.
Oh, yeah.
Sidekick,
cool.
man.
Sidekick.
So who do you pick there? Flick versus Tramp.
Tramp is classic. Flick is cool.
I think Flick is very underrated. I really like Flick.
Oh, really, Steve? A live-action Hunchback. I didn't think Hunchback was even popular enough to spur another.
I didn't either.
I can't say I'm super excited about that.
Tramp for Rhiannon. Steve says Tramp. Brian says Tramp. Didn't he eat Flick? He might have. You never know. John says Tramp. Chris says Tramp. Never saw Bugs Life. Oh my God. That movie is so underrated.
That's underrated too.
I'm sorry. I think it is. I think Bugs Life is really funny.
It is, and it's funny because most of the Pixar movies are fantastic, and it's actually at the bottom of my list, but it actually is a really good movie.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. Butch. I meant Butch.
I might have to go with Tramp too, just because if it were Lady, I'm not a big Lady fan, but I really like Tramp.
Noah says Tramp.
Trampoline.
Dan says Trampoline.
Trampoline.
Is that like his cousin? All right.
That's the dog who didn't eat much.
Yeah, there you go. Tramp.
He's lean.
Trampoline. All right, so we're going to go with Tramp. Oh, I'll be honest with you. I'm going with the majority here. I personally would have picked Flick. I really think Flick is funny. But, I mean, he was such a disaster. He screwed everything up. He really did throughout it. It's so funny. But, all right, we'll go with Tramp. So there you go. Our next matchup is Mowgli from The Jungle Book versus John Smith from Pocahontas. Mowgli versus John Smith. So who does everybody pick there?
Sadly, I've never seen Pocahontas. I've only seen parts of Pocahontas, so now you guys can yell at us. Because I don't think you have either, right? I don't think either one of us.
No, I've not seen Pocahontas
all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces.
I've seen bits and pieces, yeah. Mm-hmm. So Mowgli versus John Smith. So Steve says John Smith. Interesting. Steve, you were like a history buff or something? Well, I mean, John, he's a real person.
I know, but a lot of people really like that movie, and I don't know if it's, you know.
Rhiannon, that one, it is tricky, I'll be honest with you. A lot of these are not easy. I know who Melissa's picking.
I say Figment, too. I love Figment.
It's just your imagination.
Chris says, meh. I'm kind of that way in this category, too. I'm not partial to either of those movies. Jungle Book, again, it's a classic. I haven't seen the live-action Jungle Book yet, so I would like to. But
it's Joey's World! Hey! What's going on? Welcome in.
Glad to see you.
Hope you're doing well. We're doing our Disney Heroes bracket. All right, so Mowgli versus John Smith. So we're not getting a lot of votes for Mowgli yet. I got one for John Smith.
So I know, come on, guys.
Hashtag Joey Rocks. Yes, he does. Well, I personally, I agree with Melissa because I know she's thinking Mowgli. Mm-hmm. That's who my pick is, too, would be Mowgli in this case.
Nobody voted for the Venetians.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going with Mowgli. Yeah, I agree, Joey's World. That's what we were going to say. I'm going to go with Mowgli on this one. I just think he's a much more iconic character and one that I think a lot of people... Brian says John, though.
Dan and I vote Dole Whip.
Chris says he votes for whoever wins this matchup and will face this winner. All right, well, that's the next matchup we're going to talk about. Shere Khan, anyone? No, he's a villain. Nope.
I would have picked him for sure. So
the next matchup is Quasimodo versus Todd. Todd, of course, is from The Fox and the Hound. Todd and Copper.
Funny, because someone just mentioned the live-action Hunchback. So
yeah. So there you go. I know, it fits right in. Live-action Jungle Book was okay. I got to be honest with you, Joey's World. I didn't love it, but I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great, but I did love it. I mean, I did like it. So Quasimodo versus Todd. Who does everybody pick there? I think Fox and the Hound is one of those movies that's always forgotten about.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I haven't seen it forever. I was probably a little girl last time I saw it. So.
Yeah, me too. It's definitely been a long time.
Walt hasn't seen it since he was a little girl.
You know what I mean. Disney Life for me. Hey, is this Miguel or is this D? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well.
I'm thinking it's D. Doesn't Miguel work?
Oh, that's right.
Thursdays.
Oh, that's right. I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So number 2 or 3 on my list when I did my top 10. Wow, cool. There you go, Steve. Hound or Quartermodo. Well, I'm going with. I agree with everybody else. I think in this case, as much as I like Todd from Fox and the Hound, I think we're going to go with Quasimodo on this one. Just a more iconic character for sure.
I would have voted Todd, but I don't really have a connection to either one, so it's
I got you.
And we got more votes for Quasimodo.
Gotcha.
Quartermodo.
Yeah, yeah, good job. See, T even said, yep, he's working.
My brain works sometimes, D.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All
right.
I wonder why it works the way it works.
Yeah, I know.
What can I say?
So here's the next matchup, and this one's really, really tough. We have Bambi versus Dumbo.
Oh, Lord. 2 classics.
Bambi versus Dumbo. Who does everybody pick there?
I know who I'm picking on that one.
I know who you're picking too. Just kidding. So Bambi versus Dumbo. Who does everybody pick there? Rhiannon says Bambi. Steve says Dumbo. He's funny. Bambi and Dumbo, 1 vote. Dumbo hands down for Dan. John says Bambi.
Oh, we're getting a lot of
Rhiannon, your nickname's Bambi? I didn't know that. How about that? That's cute.
That is so cute.
How about that? So, are you voting for Bambi?
She already
I know. Chris says the only one with the ride, even though he doesn't ride it.
Yeah, I don't ride it. I don't like that ride either.
He says Dumbo and puts an elephant, so that's like 2 votes. Well, I don't think they're going to catch him, though, Steve, to be honest with you. You're right, they would squash him, but I don't know if they could catch him. So Joey's World says Bambi because Bambi overcame the death of Mom. That's true.
So Brian's votes.
What did Brian say?
Quasimodo is even uglier than he is. You're not ugly. That's enough. No negativity.
Yeah, no negativity. Dumbo here for Brian. Bambi is dinner.
That's right. Dumbo can fly. Mic drop.
Mic drop. There it is. That's it. That's all you can say. Bambi, John, you've never seen Bambi? Oh my gosh, watch Bambi. It's
sad.
Good. It is. Most Disney movies are sad at some point. I don't know.
For some reason, Bambi depresses me to death. It's
Dumbo's
cute,
sad,
and it's a classic. Dumbo, yeah, I guess Dumbo does too. So they're both kind of old classic sad Disney animated movies.
So we're going with Dumbo, though. I agree. I really love Dumbo. I think it's a really great movie, and we're gonna go with that.
Brian, I do the same.
Yeah.
Self-depreciating humor.
Deprecating.
Oh, sorry. Shut up.
Depreciating.
I'm depreciating.
Self-depreciating.
My value's dropping.
Down.
Shut up.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Super sad. Yep. All right, next matchup. Now. I put these guys in there because, to me, they're not sidekicks. They were a big part of the movie. It's going to be Kristoff from Frozen versus the Seven Dwarfs. And I'm putting them all together. And
those are kind of sidekicks.
No, not to me they're not. They're the entire movie.
So you get to decide.
I do. I do get to decide. Well, they're the ones that save her.
Sidekicks.
Who kills the evil queen in the end? Who helps her get rid of the I'm telling you, Seven Dwarfs or Kristoff. Hey, Robin, welcome in.
Hey, Robin.
Last time Chris saw Dumbo was in Roger Rabbit.
That's right. You're getting ready to leave. Thank you.
That's right. Yeah.
Popping in. We appreciate it. And have an awesome trip. Be safe. I know the weather's a little dicey up this way, so definitely be. It's snowing here right now, actually.
Only Grumpy dropped the rest. But we got Seven Dwarfs.
I like Dopey too.
Kristoff, Seven Dwarfs, all the dwarfs. Yeah, all the dwarfs are together. Seven Dwarfs.
One lump dwarf.
Yep. Well, I'm going with on this one. I think we got to go Kristoff for Joey's World.
I love Kristoff.
Snow White's 7 boyfriends. Yeah, he is kind of whiny. I agree, Dan. We're going with the Seven Dwarfs on this one.
Yeah. Although I really like
I like Kristoff too, but I think we're going to go with the Seven Dwarfs. Too classic, and they play such an important role in that movie. They're really not sidekicks to me. They're the entire movie.
Guess so.
I mean, with her.
Fine, but Kristoff is definitely a sidekick.
He is the size of all 7. Oh, I hope so too, Robin. Hope it goes well. Be careful going down there.
So too.
All right, guys. Next matchup, another tough one. Winnie the Pooh versus Baloo. Pooh versus Baloo.
That's right.
Baloo, of course, from the Jungle Book, and Winnie the Pooh. So who do we choose here? Winnie the Pooh versus Baloo. Wow, that's a tough one. Winnie the Pooh.
They both have overhyped rides.
What's Baloo's ride?
Oh, maybe he was talking about...
Oh, Dumbo and Seven Dwarfs. Yeah, probably. Okay. Pooh. Yeah. Pooh. Tina, that's a good one. Ice Peddler. Pooh, Baloo. There you go. Brian and Joey's World. There you go. Pooh and Baloo.
We're kind of tied.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely. This is kind of a...
Pooh, Baloo.
The bare necessities of life. That's true. I don't know for me on this one, Melissa. This is tough for me.
For me, Pooh would inch out slightly only because I had a strong connection with Pooh as a little girl. It was the first movie my parents took me to see.
Rhiannon and Noah says Baloo. Okay.
And my mom used to read me the A.A. Milne books. She would read to us all the time, my siblings and I, when we were little. And the Pooh books were one of the books she read to us. So I did Mason's Nursery as classic Pooh when he was a baby. So I feel like I have to go with Pooh.
Pooh's ride is like an acid trip, or what I assume one is like. I like Baloo, though.
Good cover, Chris. I'm just kidding.
Nice, Melissa. Way to chase everybody away, insulting our people in here. Hey, Rosa.
Just trying to backtrack.
Hi, Rosa. How are you?
Hey, Rosa.
There's your answer, Wolf. Fine. Okay. All right, for Melissa's sake, we'll go with Pooh. You're right, Steve. Thanks. She really like made me feel bad on guilted me into that one. I can't say no after she just gave her life story on Pooh.
Yes, but it involves you too. There's
yeah, that's how much it involved me. And then. Did you have a bad day at work?
No, I actually had a pretty good day at work today. Go figure.
Unbelievable. I know. Usually she can't talk. Like I can't talk either. Obviously. Usually she can't talk.
Always hard.
I know. It's true.
The week's coming to an end.
Good. I'm glad you're doing well, Rosa. All right, so Pooh wins that one.
You've been better, apparently.
Happy wife, happy life. Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
I don't know about that one, Rhiannon. Anyway, let's move on to the next round, or the next matchup.
Oh.
So we have now Geppetto versus Maui. Of course, Maui's from Moana, and Geppetto's from Fox and the Hound. No, just kidding.
Kicks.
No, they're not. You're crazy. Maui's not a sidekick. He's like one of the main people, and you can't put the girl in there.
Geppetto's a sidekick.
No, he's not. Maui or Geppetto? I don't think he's a sidekick. I told you might have one or two in here. First off,
whatever.
So far, everybody's saying Maui.
Yeah,
How about that?
I say Maui too.
You and Maui look alike, Dan? How about that? I can see the resemblance. It's the ears. So Maui. I'd like to go to Maui.
You know it. Right
I'd like
now.
to visit.
Right this minute.
Why not Moana? D, only because we did a female bracket. We did a Disney female bracket before a few streams ago, and all the females were in that bracket. Strictly females, so she was in that bracket. That's why.
Oh, I see. I don't know if I like that reasoning, but that's okay.
Why? We didn't have any of the guys in that one.
So this is just supposed to be male heroes?
Just basically heroes in general. Yeah, but yes, male heroes. They're all. That's one of the streams.
You didn't advertise it.
Oh, whatever. Dan says the hair of the bod when you're staring at a demigod, just like Dan. There you go, Dan. You're right. What was I thinking?
You should have known.
So Geppetto for Brian. Or Geppetto. I still haven't seen Moana. You know, we've seen it. We only saw it once, though, Chris.
Once.
It was good.
I liked it.
Yeah, boy power. Yeah.
I liked Hey Hey, the rooster.
Who?
Hey Hey.
Who?
The rooster.
What's his name?
Hey Hey.
No. What's his name?
Who's on first?
What? No, he's on second.
Hey Hey's on
No, that's not what I'm saying. Most of the Disney heroes are females.
Oh, yeah. Fan of The Rock. I like The Rock, too. He's done some good stuff.
I hate The Rock, Chris.
No, you do not. You do not.
So who are we going with on this one? I'm going with, all right, we're going to go with Maui.
Steve hates The Rock.
So we're going with Maui because everybody picked Maui. I really like Geppetto, though. All right, next matchup. Another tough. Actually, this might be the easiest one of them all, I think, personally. We have Aladdin versus Robin Hood. Aladdin versus Robin Hood. Who does everybody pick there? Hey. Yeah, probably Chris. Steve says he's a terrible actor. Aladdin for Disney, Dan. Steve says Aladdin. Melissa, what about you? Who's your pick here?
Aladdin.
Is it Aladdin? Rosa says Aladdin.
And I love Robin Hood, don't get me wrong.
Dee says that's a hard one. There you go.
It is a
Joey's
hard one.
Roll says Robin Hood. There you go. John says Aladdin.
And I really like Robin Hood, but I gotta go with Aladdin.
Well, they all scare me more than you. Girl power. You're funny, Steve. Coward. No, I'm just kidding.
Kevin Costner, Errol Flynn, which Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Who and isn't there a newer one coming out too?
Yeah, that new movie,
with,
yeah.
Why am I blanking out on
So,
his name?
Yeah. Oh, I know. I don't know his name either, but
Yes, you do.
no, I don't. I know, but I don't know his name. I don't know that kid's name. I know.
Mason does.
Yeah, but I'm not Mason.
He worships him.
Easy.
Yeah.
Robin Hood, but the actual character for Chris, but he doesn't really care about the Disney one. So Aladdin. All right, makes sense. Riff Raff, Street Rat. I don't buy that. Al gets my vote. Robin Hood. Taron Egerton. That's his name, Steve. Thank you.
Yes, Taron.
Yep.
I know we've discussed him in
Have
in
we?
the past.
Have we?
He came up with something we were discussing one time. It might have been just us chatting. I think it was one of your Tuesday night things.
Robin Hood Men in Tights is actually kind of funny, Brian.
No, we hated that.
I thought we liked it.
No, remember we wanted to leave halfway through in the theater.
Is that the one?
Yes.
Oh, maybe. All right, I don't remember now. I thought we liked it.
I love Mel Brooks, and we were huge
that one. Oh, yeah, that wasn't very good.
Spaceballs fans. And it's funny, one of my new coworkers on my job loves that movie too, and part of me feels like I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, we might have to again.
Because for some reason, I love Carrie. I mean, he's Princess Bride, what can you say? But for some reason, we were sitting through that movie and we were like, we need to leave.
Yeah, almost.
And I don't know. I think I have to give it another try.
Maybe. All right.
Isn't
so Aladdin
in there?
Dave Chappelle? Yeah, I think so. So we're moving on. Aladdin moves on to the next round. Yeah, Young Frankenstein's good too, Dan.
Young Frankenstein is the bomb. That's a great one. I haven't seen that in forever.
So our next matchup is, and this is why Melissa doesn't do the brackets. You understand? We're going to be 2 hours for one round because Blabbermouth back here.
Lord of the Rings!
The next matchup is Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph versus Peter Pan. Ralph versus Peter Pan. Who does everybody pick there? That's a tough one. Ralph versus Peter Pan.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that actually is. That's a really hard one too. Actually,
it's hard because again, I have a connection with Peter Pan because of Mason again.
Dan, you're funny.
But Wreck-It Ralph is pretty darn cool.
Pan, Pete.
I'm gonna have to vote for Peter Pan, but that's a real close one. So you get to make the deciding vote or let them pick.
This one's tough. I agree. I think this one's really tough.
Thanks, Dee. I don't know if that's in a good way or a bad way.
She makes it more entertaining. Probably in a good way. She means that in a good way.
I know she does, but I don't know if everybody else agrees.
Shout out to Lord of the Rings and makes everything better. Chris says Ralph. Dan says, I think Peter Pan. Brian says Gimli.
Peter. That's because he's British.
John says Peter Pan. Rosa says Peter Pan. Rhiannon says Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph for D. Ralph is a cutie pie.
Legolas.
Steve says
I say
Legolas.
Legolas. Or Will Turner.
There you go. All right, well, we're going to go with Peter Pan, although that one was really tough for me because I really like Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph. I think he's a funny character. Who is it? John C. O'Reilly?
John C. Reilly, yeah.
John C. Reilly,
He's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, he's funny. Ralph just reminds
you of Throw Up?
Grimace, I think. Does he mean Grimace? Maybe he means Grimace. I don't know.
Brian, you need to reiterate.
Pete. So the next matchup, I think this one might be an easy one too. Jiminy Cricket versus Nick Wilde.
Oh, that's another hard one.
See, I don't think that's John
For
Cena.
you, it's not John Cena.
Jiminy Cricket versus Nick Wilde. Who does everybody pick there? Jiminy Cricket versus Nick Wilde.
Just gotta chill.
I'm sorry.
It's cold.
It is kind of chilly in here. Nick Wilde!
I know, I really
Dan, are you kidding?
Nick Wilde. I really liked his character.
Jiminy
really
Cricket for
that
Steve.
movie.
I did too.
We saw it much later after. We just saw it fairly recently. I guess within the last 6 months or so.
Jiminy Cricket all the way for D.
Yeah, we're kind of, because of the classicness and what he represents, and almost kind of have to go with Jiminy
Joey's
Cricket.
World says Nick Wilde. Wow, how about that?
Chris says Nick?
Jiminy Cricket is a sidekick. See, I guess you could say that, Dan. I totally get it. And that's why I said in the very beginning that, there might be a couple sprinkled in here and there. But he's so important to the role of Pinocchio to me. I mean, he's his conscience. He's, let your conscience be your guide. But I get that. I mean, I totally get that. But
Sidekick.
Thank you. Would you like to make the bracket?
Maybe I need to.
Maybe you do. She won't, but maybe she should. She won't. So Jiminy Cricket, he's more honest. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, you almost picked Nick.
Nick came around. Nick came around.
Almost. Steve says he almost picked Nick Wilde. He's a sidekick. Okay. You said hero bracket. He's a hero to me. And guess what?
He's a hero sidekick.
Yep. He's moving on. I'm sorry.
Cheater.
Pumpkin eater. So Someone has to be the sidekick. Yes,
I guess
that's...
Pinocchio's the sidekick.
No, Chris. The sidekick is the...
Figaro and the blue fish.
Yes, there you go. Those are the sidekicks.
See, I told you, Dan. Don't whip.
All right, fine. It's a character bracket of good guys. They're all heroes to me.
Good guy bracket. There you go.
All right, next matchup. Pongo from 101 Dalmatians versus Wally.
Uh-oh.
Pongo, this is getting calls. Pongo versus Wally. Who does everybody pick there? Pongo versus Wally. Got quiet.
Nobody's voting.
Yeah, this one's hard for me because I'm kind of meh on both of them.
Yeah.
But Dee says Pongo, Steve and Dan say Wally. Who do you pick? Who's your pick?
I kind of am going to pick Pongo. I really wasn't a fan of Wally.
I wasn't a fan of Wally either. But Brian and Rosa are. They picked him. Joey's World picked him.
I wanted to be, with you being Walt and having a Walt, and I just didn't love that movie. And I have a connection to 101 Dalmatians from when I was a kid.
John and Noah said Wally too. Huh.
But I figured most people would vote Wally. I mean, a lot of people really enjoyed that movie. And I'm fine with us moving on with that, because neither one am I, like, over the moon about, so it's fine.
Right.
Looks like Wally's moving on.
Yep, Wally's going to bring on. Yep.
See, there
you
go.
You're right.
Camden. I vote Camden, too.
It says Cam.
Yep. Right, Cam?
Chris says you can only make a code out of one of them. That's one way to look at it. Probably not the best way to look at it. All right, so Wally's going to move on. Yes, you both love food. Well, I think we all love food. Well, I need food to survive. All right, next matchup. And you guys, again, here we go. Carl from Up versus the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, I know where I'm picking.
Carl versus the Beast. Who does everybody pick there? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Wally either, but I wasn't a big fan of 101 Dalmatians either. That lick button. Steve says Carl. How about that? That's an interesting one. So Steve says Carl. Beast for Dan, Brian, and Joey's World says that's a tough one.
I have emotional connection to Carl with his story and his background, but I'm Beast all the way. I am a huge Beauty and the Beast fan, so personally...
Rosa and Dee picked the Beast?
Yeah, Carl is a bit moody.
Yeah, he is.
But with his background and what happened, I can understand it.
Yeah.
And he comes
Carl
out of
for
it.
Joey's World.
He comes around.
Yeah. It's moody.
Yeah, Beast is too.
Yeah, he's kind of moody, absolutely.
Touche. You are so right, Chris. And they both come around, so actually that's a really good matchup personality-wise. Oh my gosh, did you ever see...
Rhiannon says Beast.
As far as Grumpy Old Men, the, not that movie, but
I was gonna say,
the other cartoon, it wasn't Disney, the one with the haunted house.
Oh, Monster House.
Monster House.
That
Was a grumpy old man.
Yeah.
Monster House was kind of different.
Well, I'm going with Beast as well. I think his character is just too iconic and too important. He's a really good hero. So we're going with Beast. Beast is going to move on. All right, so our next matchup, yes, and they have weird talking sidekicks, that's true, is, again, you guys are, I don't think he's a sidekick. Russell from Up, it just happened to work out this way, versus Copper from Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, I no, they're like equal, because Russell is right there with Carl.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
And Copper and Todd are the main characters.
So
yeah,
Russell versus Copper. Oh, thanks.
Beast does have a great kitchen.
He does. So Dan says Russell. Who do you pick here?
I'm picking Russell.
You picking Russell over Copper?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Copper. Copper.
Well, we didn't pick Todd. I'm not picking Copper.
Russell. Doug.
Squirrel.
Maybe Doug will be in here. You never know. Copper. Russell was kind of annoying. Russell for Rosa. Good afternoon. My name is Russell. So it looks like Russell is moving on. Everybody's voting for Russell. Copper got a couple votes. I'm glad. I like Copper. Russell always seems to need a timeout. Joey's World. Russell plays the voice of Copper? Is that real? Really?
What?
Does he?
Oh, a Russell. Someone named Russell.
Oh, okay. I got it.
That
All right.
looks like Cammy.
Next matchup. It does look like Cam, doesn't it? Mr. Incredible versus Miguel. Miguel is from Coco. That's the little boy.
Yeah, I guess you have to pick Miguel.
Yeah, I guess she does. You're right. So, who do we have? Mr. Incredible versus Miguel. Who does everybody pick here?
See, I haven't seen... We still haven't seen...
No, Coco. I've seen some of it, but I didn't finish it. I'll have to finish it at some point.
Oh, I don't know.
So who does everybody pick here? There's one for Miguel. Miguel for D. Joey's World says Mr. Incredible. Let's see who else we can. Exactly. That's exactly right. He means the character, D, not... Chris says D, he means the character. But I totally get it.
Yeah, we haven't seen it either.
Hey,
so
my Disney Park memories.
Out. Our son Walter said it was really good, and we've been meaning to watch it. It's definitely on our to-do list. So.
Dan, you're funny.
Same body structure.
My Disney Park memories. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well.
Chris picks Frozone.
Frozone.
Sidekick.
Mr. Incredible. Mr. Incredible. Dan says he sees a resemblance. So I'm going to go with Mr. Incredible too. I mean, he's his. If you're talking Disney heroes, he's definitely a Disney hero for sure.
Literally.
Yep, literally. All right, next matchup. I think this can be hard, but it's not hard for me.
Oh.
It's Nemo from Finding Nemo versus Mufasa from The Lion King.
Mufasa. Darn it, that one's hard for me. I know it's not for you.
Disney World Adventures, welcome in.
Hello there.
How are you? Hope you're doing well. So everybody, Nemo from Finding Nemo versus Mufasa from The Lion King. Who does everybody pick there?
Dan, just let it go, Dan. Let it go.
Steve says Mufasa.
Let it go.
That is a hard one, D. I agree. Mufasa. Mufasa.
Yeah, I know, right? Can't go against that voice, Steve says.
Yeah, well.
Classic.
We'll see. I don't know. Both great fun.
Nemo.
Well, Nemo's not the dad, actually, D. That would be Marlin. Nemo is the son.
Yeah.
Well, she said both great fathers. Hey, human person, welcome in. There you go, D. That's right. Human person, hope you're doing well. We are doing well. I think we're doing well. Are you doing well? What are you laughing at?
Dan says, everything the light touches is our kingdom, except Universal's.
Exactly. It's true.
Oh, brother. That's right, Rihanna. Nemo, Aussie.
Absolutely. So Disney World Adventures, or My Disney Park Memories, I'm sorry, says Mufasa as well. It's easy for me. Mufasa. Look, guys, Mufasa is one of my favorite characters in all of Disney movies, so he's definitely moving on for me. It's going to be Mufasa.
I think it's a tie.
Well, we didn't ask you. I'm just kidding. All right, so that first half of the bracket on the left side, first round done. It only took us 38 minutes to do it. So the next is going to take 38 more, so don't go anywhere, anybody.
Unless I stop interjecting every 5 seconds.
No, you're fine. I'm just kidding. All right, so the next matchup. Oh, where is Meg when we need her? Guys, I'm telling you, I did not do this on purpose. I'm just letting you all know now.
Simba, I am your father.
This matchup is Hercules versus Jack Skellington.
Ooh, wow.
That was the left side.
Meg,
Yes,
believe it. I see it. It's really there, and he pulled it from the bowl.
Yeah, you could put Nemo in Jiminy's spot.
There you go.
1 a.m. Dan. Oh my gosh.
Nemo is the new Boma.
So Hercules versus Jack Skellington. Dan, we'll go quicker. Don't go anywhere. Hercules versus Jack Skellington.
Lord, 1 a.m. Go to sleep.
So Joey World says Jack. Chris says Jack. Rosa says Hercules. Dan says Jack.
Hercules.
Steve says Hercules.
Herc.
Brian says Herc.
Herc.
D says Hercules.
Sure,
I know who I'm picking.
I'm pretty sure Meg would go ultimately with Jack over Herc.
Hercules.
Who put the glad in Gladiator?
Yep. All right, guys. Let's see here. Rhiannon says Hercules. Oh, thanks, Dee. No problem. We appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much.
Dee. Good night.
Everybody say good night to Dee from Disney Life for Me. We appreciate it. Make sure you go out and check out her channel. Disney needs you.
Kevin Sorbo Hercules.
I remember him.
Yeah,
Yep.
Walt used to watch that all the time.
All the time. All right, guys.
Xena the Warrior Princess.
Yeah. So the Hercules is going to move on. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
Yep. I'm living in the Haunted Mansion, kicking Meg out of it.
Like the Reese's commercial. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, John, no problem at all, buddy. I appreciate you stepping in.
Yeah.
No problem at all. I know it's hard for you and Dan, so we're
oh
just happy you guys come in at all. Get some sleep.
We love you guys. Have a wonderful night.
Yep. All right, so let's move on. Next matchup, because Hercules is moving on there. We have Mike Wazowski versus Shang from Mulan. So Mike Wazowski versus Shang. Thanks, John. We appreciate it, buddy. Have a good night. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. So Mike Wazowski versus Shang. I think this one's hard.
I know who I'm picking, though.
I know who you're picking,
both,
too.
But...
Mike Wazowski.
Mike.
What day is it? Hump Day! Yeah! It's actually Thursday. Mike with one eye.
With one eye.
Mike Wazowski with one eye. That's true. There's only one eye in Mike.
I know. That's why it's funny.
Mike. Man or monster? That's true. Well, I think I know who's going to win this one. This one's Shang because he's grandmother approved.
Yeah.
That's true.
I knew him in person. Were you in earlier?
Yeah, he said hi.
Oh, Lord, I'm sorry. Hi.
Brian says Shang. Good night, John. Have a good night, buddy.
Good night, John.
Rhiannon says Mike Wazowski. All right, so Mike Wazowski moves on. All right, guys, here we go again. We're going to start getting hard. Prince Charming versus Baymax. These are getting harder.
No.
Prince Charming versus Baymax.
That's so easy.
It's not easy for everybody.
Yes, it is. Yes, he does.
He
yes,
does.
we say that all the time.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. So help me, so help me, or stop. Whatever he says.
12 o'clock, the floor will be...
Painted? No, you idiot. It'll be empty. So
yeah.
Steve says Baymax. Brian says Baymax. Baymax versus Prince Charming. Who does everybody pick here? Charming.
Really, Dan?
That was real easy. Really. Baymax for Rosa.
I'm shocked.
Chris says Baymax for every single vote for the rest of the tournament. Wait a minute. He's not a sidekick? No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. I agree. I don't think he is. So Baymax. All right. A lot of votes for Baymax. Who's everybody else say? Noah says, hello, my name is Baymax, your personal healthcare companion. Are you satisfied with your care?
Oh.
Brian.
We can't repeat that.
Brian, you're crazy. Human person says charming. Rhiannon says charming. Charming me? Oh, wait. No, you meant the character. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this choice? I would rate this choice for me as a 10 for Baymax. And that's who's moving on. So there we go. All right, next matchup. Okay, I don't want to hear anything about sidekicks. I had to fill the bracket. Frozone versus the genie from Aladdin.
No brainer.
Frozone versus the genie. No brainer. You picking Frozone? Frozone versus the genie.
I love Frozone, don't get me wrong, but there's no beating the genie.
We'll see, maybe. Genie for Brian and Steve. Should we even vote for this one? This might be the easiest one of them all. Genie, 110 million %. Genie any day of the week. All right.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dan.
Mm-hmm. All right. Looks like I think I know where everybody's going. Come on, folks. Let me see some more votes. Steve says Frozone is the definition of sidekick.
He really is.
He is. I had to fill the bracket. I needed 64 people. I did the best I could. Who said that? I did the best I could. Oh, I was in Stroke Race. That's what it was.
In what?
Stroke Race.
Oh, Stroker Ace.
Remember Stroke
I
Race?
thought you said Stir Crazy.
No, Genie, but Frozone is still cool. Literally.
Yeah, Frozone is still cool.
Is Genie Frozone because he's Frozone. Genie all the way. All right, yep, so we're moving on. Genie is moving on. All right, guys, we're getting there. Next matchup. Here we go. That's true, Dan. We have Remy from Ratatouille versus Sheriff Woody from Toy Story. So Remy versus Sheriff Woody. Who wins that matchup?
That's another super easy one for me, but...
Sheriff Woody versus Remy. Who's everybody's pick there? Genie for Noah. Thanks, Noah. Appreciate that.
Although
and you're right. He moved on.
Remy, he's like all about food and...
Yeah, I love Remy too.
So
hey, anybody can cook.
Love Remy.
So
anyone can cook.
Anyone can cook. Remy versus Sheriff Woody. Who does everybody pick there? I know who I'm picking. I know who you're picking.
He is not
sidekick. He is not a sidekick.
Not even close.
Cook or cowboy?
Cook or cowboy.
Remy, food, mic drop. Food always wins.
I know, right, Dan?
Steve says he wants so bad to put Remy.
I know, but I can't. Oh my gosh,
you guys are so funny.
I love Remy too.
Well, you never know. Let's see. All right, so Remy for Steve.
Aww.
Joey's World, Remy. Woodrow, my father's grandfather's
cool,
name. How about that? Rosa says Woody. Remy because he can make me food. Rhiannon says Remy. Wow, a lot of Remy votes.
Look at this, folks. This is going to be a...
tough one.
Yeah.
Woody is annoying. Oh! Dan, really? See, I would say that about Buzz. Personally.
They both have their moments, but they're so funny.
Oh my gosh. I love Sheriff Woody.
Wow.
So who do you pick?
I was going to pick Woody, but I'm wondering if this is one of those where we should let... I don't know. I guess we got a lot of votes for both.
Well, I'm picking Sheriff Woody as well.
All right.
So.
You're in control of the battle.
Sorry, guys. We're going with Sheriff Woody on this one. I like Remy. I do like Remy, but I love Sheriff Woody. I think he's fantastic. All right. So we're moving on to our next matchup. And don't get mad at me, Dan.
Too late.
Too late. Sully from Monsters Incorporated versus Prince Naveen from The Princess and the Frog. So Sully versus Prince Naveen. That's kind of a tough one, too, actually.
Nope. These are getting easier for me. Whose bracket is it?
It's mine! No, I'm just kidding.
Apparently.
It's everybody's! But we might have some deciding factors. I'm just kidding. Rigged. Yes, it is. Kind of. Not always.
Wow, Steve's picking Naveen.
Did he? Where is his vote? I didn't see it.
There.
Oh, yeah, right there. There it is. There was a prince and the princess and the frog? Yeah, there was. I know. I couldn't believe it either. Sully, no brainer. Chris says Sully. My Disney Park memory says Sully. All right. I think this one's pretty easy. As much as Prince Naveen is a really cool character, Rosa, Rhiannon, all say Sully. Prince Naveen was a toad, Sully. All right. So Sully moves on. There we go. Next matchup. This one might be easy, I think, too. Tarzan versus Bolt. Tarzan versus Bolt. Who does everybody pick there? Tarzan versus Bolt. I think Tarzan didn't quite get the acclaim that they had hoped it would get. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. I liked it, but it didn't get what it was supposed to. I don't think it did as well as they had hoped it would.
I love Tarzan.
More. That's funny. That's good. You're a person. I like that one.
Dan's a combination of Maui, Mr. Incredible, and Tarzan.
Wow. Tarzan versus who? Bolt.
B-O-L-T.
Rosa picked Bolt.
Dog.
Yeah, Little White Dog. Voiced by John Travolta, I think.
Yeah.
Noah says Tarzan.
Wasn't good enough to be a hero.
Oh, yes, he was.
Poor little Bolt. Chris says he's only seen one of those movies and sadly not the one he would think.
Really? Okay, so he's seen who's Bolt?
That's crazy.
Bolt is a dog. He's that was his movie. I think I've only seen half of that. I don't think I've seen it all the way through. I saw the whole thing.
He's a dog that's in a TV show, and he's like a super dog.
Yeah.
And he gets, I don't know if he gets stolen. It's been a really long time, and he thinks he still has these powers, but he really doesn't. He's just a regular dog, not the TV show dog that he thinks he is.
And they don't need the whole movie.
It's a cute little...
I'm just kidding.
Anyway.
Hey, Jeff, welcome in. Don't whip Dad. How you doing, buddy?
Don't whip Dad.
Bolt for my daughter. That's her favorite. Yeah, that was our son's favorite, too.
Yeah, we have a story behind that one.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I know. We'll have to say that one time. Mary Ellen, welcome in. Hey, hope you're doing well.
Hey, Mary Ellen.
All right, so Tarzan's going to move on.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Tarzan was great.
Yeah, it was. I liked it a lot. All right, guys. Next matchup: Simba from The Lion King versus Mickey Mouse.
Wow.
Simba versus Mickey Mouse. I think this is kind of obvious.
I don't know.
Simba versus Mickey Mouse.
Are
Who
we
does everybody
talking
pick?
Little boy Simba or grown up Simba?
Doesn't matter. It's the same person. Steve says Mickey. Steve says Mickey Mouse. I know, Dan, it's a tough one.
Mickey Mouse is a sidekick.
Disney Dan says Mickey. Yep, I have those two matched up. Mickey Mouse, of course, for Brian. Joey's World says Mickey Mouse. My Disney Park Memory says Mickey Mouse. Mary Ellen says Mickey Mouse. Dan says Mickey again.
4 times.
1313 definitely. The main cheese, Mickey. I agree.
Main cheese.
So who do you pick, Melissa?
You kind of have to go with Mickey, but I love Simba. I don't think that was a fair matchup.
Well, it was the matchup. I can't help it.
Excuse me.
All right, so we're going with Mickey. I agree. Rhiannon says Mickey. Mickey, all-time legend. Noah, you're right. Yep, it's got to be Mickey Mouse. It's a tough matchup. It's unfortunate, but yeah, we're going to go with Mickey Mouse.
Sacrilegious if you don't pick Mickey.
It's true. Oh, poor Matthew Broderick. I know.
Right, Steve?
All right, guys, last bracket for tonight. Tigger from Winnie the Pooh versus Brer Rabbit.
That's an interesting combo.
Tigger versus Brer Rabbit. Rosa picked Mickey, too. Good job.
Oh.
Tigger versus Brer Rabbit. Who does everybody pick there? Tigger versus Brer Rabbit. That's actually kind of... I don't know. Tigger for Steve and Dan. Jeff says Tigger. Mary Ellen says Tigger. Steve says Simba.
He's a lion, not a tiger.
Joey's World says Tigger. Rosa said... No, you said Tigger, Steve. Rosa says Tigger as well. Brian says that's why Disneyland's address is 1313.
Ah,
how about that?
Interesting. They had to make up their own address.
Chris says Tigger.
Yeah, see, Dan said you missed out on loads of heroes.
Well, I can't think of who they were. I'm sorry. I actually did this kind of last minute, too.
You need to enlighten him, Dan. We might have to do a redo.
All right, so who does everybody
look at the
pick?
little honey pot. That's cute, Rhiannon. Everybody voted for Tigger, and I vote for Tigger, too.
All right, so Tigger moves on. All right, next matchup is Lightning McQueen.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers.
Lightning
I thought
McQueen.
you said that was the last one.
No, this is the last bracket.
Oh, I thought it was the last vote.
Lightning McQueen versus Goofy. So who do we pick there? Lightning McQueen versus Goofy.
Funny, Brian. Yeah, Walt's dad's favorite character is T.I. Double G.
Yeah.
2.
No bricks. That's probably not going to happen. I'm just kidding. So, Lightning McQueen versus Goofy.
Oh, Lord.
Dan and, let's see, Steve, Simba. Goofy. Goofy.
Brother.
I know who I'm picking in this one. I know who my favorite is. Who do you pick here?
Well, Goofy's the classic. I love Lightning McQueen, but you kind of have to go with Goofy.
No, who do you pick? I mean, if you want to pick Lightning McQueen.
I'm picking Goofy.
You are picking Goofy, okay.
I just said that.
So our heroes.
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow. All right, so we are going to see Chris and Rosa says Goofy as well.
Lightning isn't that fast.
No, not really.
Are you talking about the car or the real thing?
I think he means the car.
I don't know.
Goof. Yep. The G-Man for Rhiannon. All right, so we are going with Goofy. Next matchup, Prince Philip versus Alfredo Linguini. Do you know who that is?
I want some Alfredo Linguini.
I think that's how you say it. No, Alfredo Linguini is from Ratatouille. It's the guy.
Oh.
It's the main chef.
Isn't he a villain?
No, not the guy.
The heavyset one.
No.
No?
The guy that...
the redhead.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, isn't that awful? I couldn't even remember his name. That's his name? I guess I haven't seen that movie enough. I've only seen it a couple times.
The redhead. The actual
Ah,
chef.
yeah, the tall, thin one.
Purple Rain all the way.
Purple Rain.
All the way. Oh, maybe we'll do one of them one time. That might not be a bad idea.
What?
Like songs bracket. That might not be a bad idea.
I've suggested that like 3 times.
Joey Roll says, Alfredo, no, I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. I love Alfredo.
Yeah, the one that can't cook, Steve. That's exactly right.
And Remy helps.
Prince Philip or or Alfredo. Who do we pick? Brian says Prince Philip was definitely a better hero to Prince Charming.
Yeah, he definitely was. He had more part too. I mean, he went searching for...
Chris, no, I know who he is. I knew who he was. I forgot what his name was, but I knew who he was.
I don't even know.
The redhead. Yes, the redhead. That's exactly right. We want the redhead. Oh my goodness.
That's
But we are.
sad.
What do you think? So who's your pick?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll go with Dan. Because he slayed the dragon.
That's true.
Philip. He definitely was heroic.
He was. He was heroic. That would have been my pick of the two. Would have been Prince Philip for sure. All right. So next matchup is Donald Duck versus Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin's no hero.
I know, but he's like a main.
I don't know.
All right.
You kind of have to go with the Fab Five.
That's true, Steve. He did.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Human person.
That's true.
More heroic than Jiminy Cricket.
So Donald versus Christopher Robin. Who do we pick there? Yeah, again,
True, Dan.
what's that?
Oh, everybody's a sidekick to Mickey, though.
Yeah. So Donald for Joey's World.
The original Angry Duck.
Donald is an original, Mary Ellen.
Yeah.
That's true. He definitely is.
Very true.
Rosa says Donald. Well, I'm going. I mean, for me, I would pick Donald. He would be the one I pick. Rhiannon says Donald.
I like the duck.
It's true, Steve. It is.
Jiminy is rivaling the Boma decision.
I know. Hey, Sherry, welcome
Hey,
in.
Sherry, glad you're here.
No, that's okay. We appreciate you being
Glad
here.
to have you listening.
All right, guys. So Donald's going to move on. All right, next matchup. Again, I guess he is a sidekick, but I don't think he's a sidekick to me. I think he's important to Lightning McQueen. Mater from...
I don't know. Mater's a pretty
Cars.
big... I guess he's a...
Mater versus Stitch.
Oh,
Mater versus Stitch.
that's a good question. Donald or Daffy?
Oh,
That's tough.
I'd probably pick Daffy in that one. Sorry.
Daffy Duck is awesome.
All right, so Mater versus Stitch. Who does everybody pick there? Steve says Stitch.
I can understand Daffy better.
Daffy's just funnier.
He is funny. Yeah, Donald's just always mad.
Mater versus Stitch. Mary Ellen and Steve says Stitch. Mater is so annoying. Stitch.
Oh, you're right, human person, though, Donald. He's one of your favorite 3 happy chappies with snappy serappy.
Mm-hmm. Steve would pick Donald over
You
Daffy.
said Mater's annoying. I think Mater's funny.
He did what in this cup?
Although I love Stitch, too. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, Chris, that makes sense. Rosa says Stitch as well. Chris says he dislikes cars, and although he dislikes Stitch's ride, he likes the character. Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm with you there, Chris.
Human person says Mater.
He's a fun meet and greet, too. Him and Leo.
Hey, Juan! Welcome. Batman,
Hey,
mic
Juan.
drop. Welcome in.
Walt would agree with you there. He loves Batman.
I love Batman.
Batman's like his favorite superhero.
Yeah. Hey, Meg. Oh, Meg,
right.
you should have been here earlier.
Oh, my goodness, Meg.
No, you missed it. I know, you missed it, Meg. We had a huge matchup. The matchup in the first round was Hercules versus Jack Skellington.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm glad you weren't here for that. You probably would have had a heart attack.
Are you feeling sad being back from Disney?
I would be.
I would be.
Batman would totally win this list. Yeah, he probably would.
We're done. Batman. Batman wins. Actually, I prefer Spider-Man.
Meg, pick Hercules or Jack. Oh,
Captain America. Oh.
Welcome in, Juan. Hope you're doing, buddy.
6 hours of classes. Yuck.
I'm burnt out. I would be burned out too, huh?
That's
For
a
sure.
long day of classes.
All right, so here we go. So Stitch is going to move on, and our next matchup, we only got 3 matchups to go, and then our first round is done, folks. Next matchup is Merlin from The Sword and the Stone versus Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet.
How about Jim Hawkins from Muppets Treasure Island?
Nope, he's not in it. So, kind of 2 obscure characters. You don't see them a lot, but they're main characters for their movies. We have Merlin versus Jim Hawkins.
Hercules is a hero. Jack is a skeleton.
Skeleton.
A skeleton. That's great.
So Merlin for Jeff. Meg picks the movie, but not necessarily the character. No, I'm just kidding. So Steve picks Jim Hawkins.
I've never
Mary
seen...
Ellen picks Merlin. You ever seen The Sword and the Stone?
No, I've never seen Treasure Planet.
Yeah, no, we haven't, have we?
No.
Dan, we've never seen Treasure Planet. Can you believe that?
Skeleton. Simba gets Mickey, but Merlin versus Hawkins.
Yeah, I know.
It was luck of the draw. Literally.
Literally,
luck
of the draw.
All of the picks are here in this bowl.
Yep.
And Walt literally just grabbed them out of the bowl, so it would be random.
Yeah, I did.
So there is no setup. It's all random.
Merlin, because he can bend time and space. Oh, that's a good choice. You know, Rosa, that's true. It's been a while since I've seen either one of these two, so it's almost like we haven't seen them. Well, we haven't seen Treasure Planet, and it's been a long time since I've seen Sword and Stone. So I totally get that. I'm all over again. Alex, welcome in.
Hey, Alex.
And May. How are you, May?
Hey,
I hope I say that right. I'm not sure if I'm saying.
Or is it Mayra?
It might be Myra Poland.
Yeah, my goodness. We're probably butchering.
Gosh, yeah, I hope we didn't say that wrong. All right, so I'm going with, on this one, I gotta go with Merlin. I really enjoy the character of Merlin. He's one of my favorites.
I would probably pick that too.
Yep, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Oh, thank you. All right, 2 matchups to go. So we have Basil from The Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, yeah.
Basil versus, yes, Pinocchio, the main character. Basil versus Pinocchio. Who does everybody pick there?
Oh my goodness. It's a weird one.
Yeah, Chris, that's true. Wizards always win.
Random. Random.
My name is Meg if you don't get it right. Basil for Steve. Pinocchio for Meg.
This is a hard one.
I think it's hard, too. I actually like the character of Basil in The Great Mouse Detective. Yep.
And I wasn't a huge Pinocchio fan. As much as I love Jiminy Cricket, it wasn't one of my favorite Disney movies. So I love, Sherlock always wins. If we're talking the Sherlock,
we're not.
I would like to. That's another thing we could talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
That's an amazing show. Love Sherlock.
So Noah, is that a word? Is that a word Steve says? So besties? I don't know if it is or not.
Yes, of course it is.
I guess that's a word. All right, so this is actually harder than I thought it was going to be. For some reason, I thought everybody was going to pick Pinocchio. But, I agree. I think of the 2, I really enjoy Basil. I think his character is highly underrated as well. He's always forgotten. Nobody ever thinks about the Great Mouse Detective. So,
oh, you guys called Basil in Britain? The spice. I did not know that. It's basil.
Well, we try.
I don't know. I know we say.
Hey, how do you know we're saying it wrong? Maybe you're saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But they were there first.
They were there first. That's true. That's a good point.
Yes. Martin Freeman.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, the Sherlock with him and Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, it's a great show.
You watch that one, Meg?
Yep. By the way, I told you about that show, but that's just me.
Yes, of course we did.
English. Last matchup, guys. This is it. Last one for the night.
Tomato.
Is O'Malley. If you know who that is, Thomas O'Malley of Aristocats versus Oliver from Oliver and Company.
I've never seen. Well.
Cargo can English for us.
It was haven't seen Cargo in a little while.
I know. I know. I forgot.
She's all right.
So, Thomas O'Malley. You guys are funny.
There goes Dan and the Phoenicians again.
Yeah, versus Oliver from Oliver and Company. Another movie that everybody forgets about is Oliver and Company.
I've seen them both, but again, long time ago.
Chris says we can break Figment in on this one. Nope.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his own movie.
He doesn't have a movie.
Right. He's just a made-up character.
He's a figment.
Why should I worry? Thomas O'Malley. Oliver for Dan.
Oliver.
Chris says Figment's better than half the characters in this tournament.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Oliver, Simba. Meg says Figment too. Really? Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen either one of these, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Well, I think if I'm going to go with one of the two, I'm going to probably have to go with Thomas O'Malley for me. No, Chris, absolutely not. No, we're just having fun. That's what's most important. So what? It's your tournament. Make up your own rules.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I don't know. This one's really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think of the two, I like Thomas O'Malley a little bit better.
I don't think anybody voted for him.
For Thomas O'Malley? No, yeah, they did.
Oh, good night,
Oh,
Dan.
Steve, don't you worry about it, buddy. Dan, hey, no problem, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, bud. Thanks for stopping in. No, it's late, so I appreciate that. We definitely appreciate you stopping in. Oh, Steve, don't worry about it, buddy. I know you guys are just kidding. We're just having fun. Don't worry about that. I just enjoy doing the brackets. Dan, he's gonna DM you. Oh, right, he's gonna send you a message tomorrow. Yep, that's right, because your stream's coming up on Saturday. Don't forget to check those guys out. Everybody say goodnight to Dan. I know he's getting ready to leave.
Yeah, it's awful late.
It is late. So who do you pick? Thomas O'Malley or Oliver? Because we're running over too. I don't want to hold him. Hey, Disney World Adventures, thank you. No problem at all.
My fault, Dan. I started the rumor you were leaving.
Say goodnight to Disney World Adventures as well.
Good night.
Good night, Disney World Adventures. Hope you have a good night. He's still here.
Sorry, Dan. Just trying to get ready up.
I'm still here.
Good night, Dan.
Hi, Chris.
I couldn't function, though. Oh, my gosh.
Dan is
is
in the building. All right, so I'm going to pick, because nobody else is picking, I'm going with Thomas O'Malley.
They picked on here.
Did they? I didn't see it.
Nobody picked O'Malley. Everybody that picked Oliver.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I see Oliver there.
Oliver.
Thomas.
Oliver. Okay, one Thomas.
O'Malley.
Oliver. So
Which
there's
is
a vote
kind of
for both. Oliver.
Yeah. So, but somebody picked Thomas O'Malley. See? Fine, we'll go with Oliver. There you go. All right.
That's only fair.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We picked Oliver. Steve said we picked Oliver.
Oh, that's true. We did pick Figment.
All right. Well, there you go. That's it. That is the first round in the books. And it was not too bad. Actually, it took about 38 minutes on both sides to do this. So we have the first round in the books, guys. We have now gone from 64 down to 32 left. And what we'll do, we all pick Figment.
Figment and Boma.
And Boma. Exactly. No. So we are down to 32 now. And next week, we'll finish up. We'll kind of take the 32 and we'll go all the way down to number 1. And we'll see who everybody picks. An anime cat. An anime cat.
Oh.
Everybody, please, if you could, before you head out, a couple of shout-outs. First off, everybody in here, thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you guys had a good time with it. We always enjoy doing the brackets. I think they're a lot of fun. If you're new here, please go out and check out the live place. Dean with Dreamers Empire does a great job over there. A lot of family-friendly live streams for everybody. And also, if you could, for our sake, go ahead and hit that like button for us. What are you laughing at?
Oh, Megan, Steve, and Dan.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff.
Dan, you can't eat me. It's 1:30 in the morning where you are.
I know, right? Then you'll have indigestion.
Yes,
You'll be up all
Lord,
night.
I know. Absolutely.
You'll make it worse.
But thank you, everybody, for joining us. Hope you guys had fun with this. We definitely did. We won't be asking Melissa back. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
First and last.
There's Robin. Hey, Robin's still here. Everybody
have an awesome trip, Robin.
Yes, please be safe going down there.
Let us know how everything
Brian's
went.
Subway. Hey, thanks, human person. We had a good time with it. It's always good to see you. But everybody, be sure to check us out. Tuesdays we do Mouse Madness. Thursdays we do our Disney Talk Thursdays. We did our first podcast. If you haven't gone out there, go out and listen to the podcast. It's on YouTube. We'd love for you to do that. We had a good time doing that, don't you think?
Oh yeah, we had a great time.
Hope you guys all liked it.
Good night, Brianne.
I hope you guys liked the podcast. We had a good time with it. And other than that, we just appreciate everybody coming out and supporting us. It means a lot to us. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And you all make us smile. We didn't put there. You guys make me smile, but you all make us smile, and we love you all so much.
Mickey Magic. Meg says wait.
What are we? Oh, for Camden?
Oh.
Cam, come on. Everybody wants to say goodnight. Come here.
No, that's not what everybody's asking for.
Brianna did.
She still comes here for Camden. Oh, Meg, asking about the other podcast.
Yeah.
Meg, you know, I put a comment out there about the podcast.
Oh.
And in the past, what you used to have to do. What are you doing?
I almost fell. I almost dropped Camden on the wall.
That's the second time she's almost dropped the dog. Just so you all know.
Oh.
This poor dog. You can't even see him. Cam, look up here. Say hi. Hey, there he is. There's the dog. You okay? God, you're like killing him. He's like scared to death.
He's shaking like a little
He is
leaf.
shaking.
Oh.
But Meg, see, look, you're getting me all off topic. No. There you go. There he is. The podcasts in the past, we used to have to do it through iTunes, and you have to have like an RSS feed. And without the RSS feed, you can't get the old podcasts because they can't play them. So that's kind of what it is with that. So it's kind of hard to get them. We might put them on YouTube down the road, but for now, that's the only way you can get them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We might post some of the old ones. We have a good time with it. Don't you agree?
Yep. Hi, Washington.
I know. But that we just can't put them out there right now. We have to get our RSS feedback, and if we can get that back, then you can go back and see the old ones.
Yeah, and we'll let you know, Figment, when we do that.
Yes, Dan, you're more than welcome to come over whenever you want, buddy.
Aw, yeah, and he'll bark at you.
He will bark.
He likes to bark.
He will.
But once he gets to know you, he loves you so much.
He's a good dog. He is. Right?
Hey,
Yes.
I'm a boy.
He is a good boy. All right, guys. Well, we are going to head out. I don't want to hold anybody. I know it's well past an hour at this point. My goodness. But thank you, everybody, for sticking in there. And,
oh, good. Maybe you can help us with Instagram.
yeah, there you go. Oh, my gosh, Steve. I know
We're not good at it at all.
Not at all. I've got like four pictures on Instagram.
And I don't even think we did it right.
Yeah, I don't think we did it right either.
I don't know if there's a way to do it right or wrong.
I don't know how to do it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, at some point we will. But
I know, Meg.
I know. I'm sorry, Meg.
And we missed seeing you Monday.
I know. Yeah, I know. I saw you didn't do your live stream, but hey, school first.
Well, though, weren't you just coming back from your trip?
Thanks, Rosa. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Rosa.
We had fun too. Hope you guys had a good time. Don't go.
Still have another hour.
Actually, I have schoolwork to do myself. Actually,
No,
it's funny.
you do,
My class has started back up, so I have some work to do myself. We still have another hour. What do you guys want to talk about? We can talk about.
I know. Are we allowed?
To do what?
Keep going.
We can do whatever we want.
Oh, wow.
No.
I see.
No, I don't know. But, oh my God, there was one thing that I was going to mention to everybody, and I forgot what it was now, but it was something with the news coming out that Disney announced something. I can't remember what it was, but I don't remember what it was now. Now you guys, oh, they had a giraffe that was born at the savannah on Kilimanjaro Safari. I don't know if everybody heard about that, but yep, they did. You're in school, cool. For what? For me, same. Mine is just a business degree, Chris, to be honest with you. Just business administration. I've got 3.5 classes to go. Well, 4, technically. I just started this one. 4 to go, and then I'll have my degree. So.
Oh, goodness, Dan. Is ice cream?
No, not a good idea. Not this late.
Yeah. Although I could go for some ice cream. Otherwise, I'm cold, but I love ice cream.
That says only... Oh, that's right. We started at 7:30. For some reason, I thought we started at 8. Oh, I believe that, human person. I agree 100%. Oh, thanks, Steve. I appreciate that, bud. We're getting there.
Music. theory, that sounds exhausting.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think it's just theoretical. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, we're going to head out. I hope everybody has a great week. We will definitely be back. Be sure to check out Disney Dan on Saturday night. They're doing Disney Fiasco.
I hope you're lying, Dan.
What'd he say?
He said pickle-flavored ice cream.
I think no, there's such thing.
I know, but that's worse than pickles on burritos.
Meg's taking psychological assessment again.
Why?
Yeah. Steve had Lord. Okay, save him, Steve. Save him. All right, everybody. Well, have a good night. We hope you guys have a great week. We definitely appreciate everybody coming out. Be sure to hit that like button.
Oh, she's got a beef with Dougie.
On Lord of the Rings. I bet.
Funny. Love it.
University for this gal. Now I can't even pick up a book.
12 years.
Well, she's an attorney.
I know, but my God, you forget that it's like, yeah, but I'm sure it was well worth it, Rhiannon. Well worth it.
Let's do another stream, Steve says. Steve, I don't think my brain could take it right
now.
For
Lord of the Rings? No, he means another Lord of the Rings.
Oh, another Lord of the Rings stream?
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we could do other things. Yeah, Steve, you do the stream, Steve. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yes, absolutely. We could do that. Absolutely. Actually, I'm going to do a stream on Star Wars as well. We're going to do a mega stream on Star Wars. I think that's next. That'd be a lot of fun, too. I think Dan came up with that idea a while back, and I think it's a great idea to do a Lord of the Rings stream. But we'll see. Yeah, Steve, you gotta do a stream soon. Dan's there. I knew you'd be there, Dan. Hobbit needs a stream. There you go. Yeah, we could do well. There's so much to talk about with Lord of the Rings. You could definitely do it. You could do more than one stream for sure. Yep, Star Wars, Steve. Yep, Star Wars is gonna be a lot of fun. Hobbit's better than Star Wars, Meg says.
You don't even care if anybody.
There you go, Chris.
Us. I know you guys would just have a blast just talking amongst each other. That would actually just kind of be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. Nobody would even have to watch. I agree. All right, well, we're heading out, guys.
All right.
I hope everybody has a great night. We definitely appreciate everybody being here. We love chatting with you guys. It's always a lot of fun.
Sorry.
No. But what was I going to say? New podcast coming next week. Live stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we hope you guys have a great week. Make sure you say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Say bye, Cam. Look at the screen.
Sammy, say bye.
Cam, look, say goodbye. I can't see him.
Yay.
There he is. Yay! He's scared again. Bye, everybody.
Unsubbed.
Thanks, Dan.
He was talking about Meg.
Oh, I hope so. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night.
See you soon.
See you safe. Be safe. And take care of yourselves and each other. I always say that. I almost forgot.
Have to.
Bye, guys.
Bye.